Hey,
What is up, world?
what is up, fam?
Fam.
Guess what time of the year of the trip around the sun it is right now?
Okay. I know this, dude.
I know. You got
I
it.
know this. Okay. It's Friday. Okay, right? Today is a Friday. But,
Today's Friday.
okay, if I factor in when they're listening to this.
Carry the one.
Okay, yep. Then it's going to be. It's not Friday the 13th, though. So it's. Okay. I think it's December. I think it's almost Christmas.
Oh, I was going for Hanukkah.
It is
But
almost that too.
Now that you mentioned Christmas, there are way more Christmas movies than there are Hanukkah movies. And stay jolly. So yeah, no, we're gonna talk about some Christmas movies. And
I've been so excited to do this for so long. I'm so hyped.
Listen, when we started this podcast, when it was just me and Joe at first, we did the first year that we did this podcast, we did a Christmas episode, and we did a Halloween episode, we did a Christmas episode, and we were going to keep that up, do like holiday episodes every year. And I don't think we've done another Christmas. Maybe we've done one other one.
I think you talked about a couple of Christmas things,
but yeah, we haven't done another
yeah.
Christmas episode.
No.
The only Christmas movie we talked about has been Jingle All the Way, which is terrible.
That is true.
So fun.
It's so good though. It's so bad good.
Yeah. So today we're just going to do a general little Christmassy thing, and you had an idea for how to split it. So how are we doing this?
So I think we should.
By the way, wait. I'm Zeph.
Oh yeah, nice to meet you, Zeph. I'm
Hi.
Colin.
Hi, Colin. It's good to have you here.
We were so excited we forgot to do an intro because we're so professional. We usually do intros
Means the theme song will go right
now.
Yes. So I hope you enjoyed that royalty-free theme song.
Did you make sure to get the royalty-free silence?
Yes.
They have the. Okay, good.
I'm going to put that in right here. Ah, beautiful. All right.
Wow, that was good.
Yeah, what are we doing?
I think we should. We're going to talk about animated and live action. We shouldn't leave anything out.
Okay.
I don't think, because that's rude. So I think we should talk about either. It's just rude. It's rude.
Yeah.
So we should talk about like animated all at once and then live action all at once. I think.
Okay.
Or mix them in, but we can do two groups basically. That was my idea. That's all. That's my whole idea.
Sounds
So
good.
we're just gonna riff it.
I have my Letterboxd list pulled up of my top 30 Christmas movies that I like. And they're actually not ones that I like. This is not top 30. This is
not my favorites. These are just we want to tell you what we know about Christmas movies.
Sure. Because I'm looking at my list, and if I scroll down to the bottom, these last three are terrible movies that I hate.
I have one on
maybe
here.
Just
That's
all
the worst.
Christmas movies that I had seen at the time I watched this. There's way more than this, though, so I don't know what I was thinking. But
Yeah, this is. I have one on here in particular that is so stupid. I can't believe it's even in my Letterboxd as a watched movie. It was garbage. It wasn't really a movie either. But we'll get to
do
that.
we want to start with just random, let's go animated or let's go live action, or should we talk about the ones we love most first, or the ones we hate most, or get the big ones?
Yeah,
out of
I
the
think
way,
we should do love most first,
Okay.
probably.
Well,
Let's do that.
it'll be pretty rapid fire then. I think we won't do a full review of anything because we're just talking in general, trying to get you in the spirit and tell you what you should watch tomorrow. But
And talk along with us at home, to your radio,
talk
to your
over it
wife.
like we do to each other.
Yes, exactly.
Well,
So,
if we're
okay.
doing- you go ahead.
You want me to go with one I love first?
Sure.
Okay.
Because I was going to get the elephant out of the room first. The one I
Die Hard.
Yeah. You know what? I've actually still never seen Die Hard.
Me neither. I haven't either.
No, I was just going to say my favorite and one of my top 4 movies of all time is It's a Wonderful Life. That's my third favorite movie ever made. And
Amazing
that's
movie.
My favorite Christmas movie, obviously. And I feel like I just wanted to get that out of the way now, since we're doing the good ones first.
It's a great movie. It's fantastic.
Yep. It's a perfect movie.
But here's the thing. I will say, the one thing I want to touch on, there's I think it's either Robot Chicken or Mad TV or something, did like a rendition of one of the scenes where they just beat the snot out of Potter.
That was,
and
it was SNL.
Was it
they
SNL?
They did like an extended ending where everybody gives
so
George
good.
the money, and everybody's happy, and every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings, and then they all go, and then Uncle Billy goes, "Wait, I remember where I put the money." And then they all go beat the crap out of Mr. Potter, which is the only thing that could make that movie better.
Yeah, that was the. I think even Robot Chicken, because they did like I remember in my brain like a claymation one.
Maybe so.
Where where Potter just gets his brain like beaten in. It was really good. It makes you feel good inside to see that.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's the only crappy thing.
SNL, but I think they might have done. Let me see.
Robot Chicken definitely messed with that for sure.
They've definitely. There's lots of stuff that they've done on.
Yeah, okay. For sure. So that's a beautiful movie. It's just a movie. It's such a life movie. You know, so many things keep happening that you're like, oh, this is just. It's hard to watch some of the things. It's just.
I know it's so real. Like it's
real.
Very real.
Exactly. Yep.
Anyway, we watch it every Christmas Eve, and it always makes me cry. And it's one of the few movies I can watch every year, and I never feel like it's too soon.
Yeah,
you know, because there's other Christmas movies I watch every year, and sometimes I'm like, every other year. You know, I feel like
You can't. It's I don't know what it is. It's a well crafted work of art.
Frank Capra. All right.
Okay, so that was a live action one. So I'll go live action. My favorite live action. I'm just looking off my list. I might have another one that's like my super duper favorite, but I think it's between a couple. So I'm going to go, I think the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Oh, great pull.
Fantastic. You can't go wrong with that. Mm-hmm. There's the other Christmas Carol too, the 1984 one. That one and the Muppet one are like the only two like good ones. Mm-hmm. There were some other weird ones that were just
I have a couple Christmas Carol renditions on my list, but that is the highest one for sure. Muppet Christmas Carol on my overall Christmas movie list is number 7, which sounds low, but when you consider how many are on this list and then you hear the ones that are above it, it makes sense. Nice. But no, Muppet Christmas Carol is perfect. We rewatched that a few weeks ago, and I love Michael Caine is perfect for that role for playing it completely straight.
Yeah,
and it's also, I believe, what year did that come out? Because I think it was the first. Yeah, 1992. I think it was the first Muppet movie that they made after Jim Henson died. So it was. First, yeah, I think so. I think it was
I did not know that
they ever made without Jim Henson doing,
I did not know that.
Doing Kermit and Ralph and everybody, but
wow.
So yeah, they had somebody else doing an impression of Jim Henson. Yeah,
that's so sad.
Yeah, good movie.
Such a good movie.
I can't say much about it except that it's perfect. I love the Muppets. The Muppets are like a perfect franchise.
Did you know they went to Manhattan?
Dude, they took it. They didn't just go there.
It was crazy. Crazy.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah. The Muppet movie, the original 1979 is
they made a movie?
Top 10 movies they did. I don't know how their little paws operated the cameras, but they did.
That's crazy. Like
Kermit rode a bike.
I feel like you couldn't make a camera out of felt very well.
No,
but
I felt that. Anyway, I love the Muppets. They're great. So.
Stupid. No, it's a great movie. And then, but I mean, it doesn't matter which Christmas Carol you like. It's just everyone has like, oh, this one's the one I watch all the time. And like, didn't they have that weird animated one was it Jim Carrey?
Maybe
that was garbage.
I don't know. Look,
like the animation is garbage.
I haven't seen that. I was thinking about the Christmas Carol yesterday, though, just the story, because it's funny that everybody on Earth knows who Charles Dickens is. You just as one of the most celebrated writers of all time. Everybody knows Charles Dickens, but for most people today, the only story that they actually know is The Christmas Carol.
They
can name others. They could be like, "Oh, A Tale of Two Cities" or whatever. But like, I'm not going to I don't know what that's about. I maybe had to read it in school, but and for most people, except for, there's a lot of literature loving people who have read lots of Dickens, but for most, the average person, everybody knows A Christmas Carol, and it's like an enduring story for some reason. Perfect.
And I don't know. I wonder if it just relates to people because it's like everybody knows somebody who's kind of like that,
Yeah.
And everybody,
It's a great redemption arc for a character.
Yup.
Another thing about that, it's funny because back in the day, one of the common Christmas traditions around the globe, especially in Europe, one of the things people used to do at Christmas time was tell ghost stories and scary stories. That's why the Andy Williams song, he's like, there'll be marshmallows for roasting and carols for nothing and candles out in the snow. There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmas long, long ago. Because that used to be a thing. You used to tell scary stories at Christmas time. But then Halloween became a bigger deal, and so we've just kind of offloaded all that stuff to Halloween.
Yeah. We do it early. We're so excited to do that we just.
But it's cool.
I think all the holidays collectively are going to move upwards.
In the calendar January eventually.
Eventually, and then it'll cycle back.
It'll push back. So we'll be celebrating Christmas 2025 in 2024.
Right.
2020. Yeah.
6 and 25.
Well, anyway, Christmas Carol is like the last remnant of a ghost story you tell at Christmas.
It really is, and it's almost in the same vein as It's a Wonderful Life because anymore, it kind of ties you to the past because every year you watch that with a kid or something, and they have all these questions about stuff that's in the movie, and you're like, oh, I guess they wouldn't know what that is at all.
Right.
Because it's really cool. It's just kind of a blast from the past type of thing.
Past from the blast, absolutely.
Past from the blast, yes.
All right, you keep on rocking. What else you got?
Let's rock. The other live action one that I really, really like, it's not nearly as serious. It came out 2 years ago, I think. In 22, I think. It was Candy Cane Lane. I think it went straight to Netflix. It was with Eddie Murphy. That movie is so hilarious. It's perfect. Yeah. It was 23. It's so funny. It's so stupid. It's perfect for the family. It means absolutely nothing. It's just like, how every Christmas movie does random made up stuff about Santa. They're like, oh yeah, this is a thing that Santa can do. Yeah, it just does that all over the place.
Always
and it's
more
just
lore, yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, I didn't know that. It's just so stupid. So basically, Eddie Murphy, I think he's trying to be the most well lit up house on his block, right? So he goes to this Christmas store and he buys this Christmas light contraption looking thing. And he signs this contract for some reason. Turns out he bought it from this Christmas witch lady. And it kind of curses him. And it's this whole 12 Days of Christmas. And then he has to chase down all the different things from the 12 Days of Christmas song, So he's chasing down geese and stuff. And he's got to catch them all. It's just an absurd movie. And the whole time he's trying to save his family from turning into little nutcrackers.
That's fun.
It doesn't make any sense. It's a great time. Yeah. Have a couple of glasses of eggnog. Get to where you're feeling it. Pop that sucker on.
Have a good time.
It's a good time. Yeah. So that one, definitely check that out.
Okay.
Okay. You go.
Okay. If we're sticking with live action,
let's run them.
Okay. My number 2 Christmas movie of all time, and my number 2 and 3 are both not really Christmas movies, but. So one was It's a Wonderful Life. Number 2 is Gremlins. Gremlins is
I totally forgot that you make this argument every year.
I mean, it is. It's all takes place at Christmas.
Yeah.
And it's all Christmas everything, but it's just about Gremlins.
Right.
But the Gremlin was a gift for Christmas. Anyway,
it was a gift. That's true.
Anyway,
to us all.
It's one of my all-time favorite movies. Period. Although I do like the second one better. The second one is not a Christmas movie. The first one is. That's it. I'll say we can talk about Gremlins on a separate episode sometime, but technically I will call that a Christmas movie. It's on my list as number 2.
Well, I appreciate your input, Zephram, but
yeah, for sure.
Okay, you do another.
Okay, then my number 3 is also not a Christmas movie. So it's the first Harry Potter movie, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. But you understand when I say that's a Christmas movie. It's half of the movie takes place at Christmas. There's Christmas trees everywhere. The whole second, actually second 2/3 of the movie is all Christmassy. There's snow.
Yeah, but
playing
I
John
thought it was
Lennon
just.
Christmas.
I thought it was just snowy.
No, because they have the Christmas trees all set up. They celebrate. They sing the songs, and then they get the presents. He gets the invisibility cloak.
Oh no, that's right. Wow, it's all coming back to me now.
So, but it's really about the vibe. It's just cozy and Christmassy. There's only that one section of the movie.
That's why to get the same vibe, I just watch like a Yule log on TV.
There you go. You just turn that sucker on and you hear it.
It's the same thing. It's same. It does the same thing.
Yeah.
So you don't.
The rest of mine are actually Christmas movies. So we're good now.
No, that's a Christmas movie. I think it's better than Gremlins.
They're both
fitting in the category.
It's probably more. Yeah, 'cause Gremlins, you get lost in the weeds of the Gremlins. You know, you get
there's so many Gremlins going on. It was crazy. Okay, let's just punch another classic right in the face. You ready for this?
Classic. Got it.
Freaking Elf, bro.
Elf. That
so
is
good.
Number
15. I don't
14.
know.
Which that's still really high. I mean, that's. Oh wait, we haven't been given any of these scores, have we?
Oh, dude. Okay, let's back up.
So because remember, for those listening, 1 is our favorite movie ever made.
It's our favorite movie ever made ever.
100 is our least favorite movie ever made.
Least favorite movie ever made.
Movie gets a 95. That sounds really good. That's terrible. That's
bad. You don't want that. The further away from 1, the worse it is.
So for It's a Wonderful Life, I'm going to give that a 2 because it's like my second or third.
Right. It's right up there. I'm going to put it probably. I really can't get over the Potter thing.
Yeah, he is the worst character.
I really have a hard time. I get up from the end of that movie angry every time. I'm going to have to give it literally it's probably a 10.
Nice. Solid.
So, what was the other one? A Christmas Carol, the Muppet one, and the 1984 one.
I haven't seen the 84 one. The Muppets Christmas Carol, I will give a 11.
Muppet Christmas Carol.
I have a different one I need. Yeah, well, 11's fine. I'll put this.
Yeah, the Muppet one I'm giving 15.
Nice.
It's just a bop, and then the 1984 one just probably behind that at like a 18 or 20.
Nice. I'm gonna give Gremlins a 5 and Harry Potter a 6.
Gremlins is good.
Top 50 movies ever. So
I'm giving Harry Potter a 10.
Fair.
And I'm giving Gremlins probably like a 22. I didn't super love it, but it's above.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, okay. Got it. We're good. We're cooking. All right.
Candy Cane Lane, since I've seen it, I gave it 30 probably. Nice. It's watchable.
And also, the scale that we use is also based on our enjoyment, not on how good of a movie it was. Like I gave Jingle All the Way like a freaking something really
too
high. Too much because it's just fun. I enjoy it even though I know objectively the movie sucks balls.
Like if I was eating my favorite snack when I watched Candy Cane Lane, that's going to take into the score. That's how it works.
That's a great. If I eat a Little Debbie, I'm going to give that a high score on my enjoyment.
Absolutely, dude. Little Debbie. They should make Christmas movies
because I know it sucks. I know that they should. You're right, but I'm not going to call it a good food because I know it would kill me. It'll give me cancer.
Right,
it's bad.
Right,
but
yeah. Little Debbie gives you cancer. You heard it here, folks.
Yep. Wait till when the whistleblowers come out.
Yeah,
you'll heard it here first.
Okay, and then what did I say? Elf?
Yeah, Elf is your next one.
Okay, Elf. Fantastic movie, dude. How about that, the freaking, what's the scene that makes everybody cringe? The freaking gum scene. When he's like, he's eating all the gum off the New York street. No, like off from under the handrails.
It's outside, yeah.
Terrible. Such a... And it leans into that slapstick element of comedy pretty good. It's just so funny. If any of you don't know, in Elf, Will Ferrell is a human baby. He's raised by elves at the North Pole. He doesn't know he's not an elf until he's like, I don't know, old and gigantic, and he can't fit in Santa's workshop. So he learns he's not really an elf, and he wants to find his dad, and they send him to New York to find his dad, and it's a whole journey. It's amazing.
You'd think, though, they'd have more accommodations for human-sized people since Santa is a human-sized person.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, really. Why didn't
Santa just raise him?
Yeah, it was the head elf.
They gave them to the little guys. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you got to delegate when you run the North Pole. He's busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'd give Elf 23. I'll put
Yeah,
it there.
I'm right there. I was going 22.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, really good. Okay, you do one.
Home Alone, classic. Christmas classic. I love Home Alone. It's my number 4 movie. It's probably going to get a 7 from me.
Yeah, Home Alone.
So fun. There's not much I'd change.
No, I like Home Alone. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm going to just go ahead and tell you. I'm going to probably do a 20.
Okay.
21.
Okay.
There are parts that irk me and make me so, like before they leave him, right?
Oh yeah.
The family, I'm like, I like watching it after they forget about him.
Yeah.
And just forget all the scenes where we check in with his mom. In my opinion, I just want to watch. Yeah. I like him on screen as a kid really well, by the way, as an actor, as a child. It's insane.
It's good.
But it's like you don't pay attention to your kid when you're with him. Like the whole family kind of ignores him, right? And then they're like, oh, now all of a sudden you care about Kevin. And she ruins the whole trip for the rest of her family just trying to just enjoy your trip. You'll get back on your flight. I don't care about that half of the stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair.
I just want to watch.
Also,
I just want to watch Kevin hang out.
Rich freaking family. I hate them. Like, who goes to France for Christmas?
Yeah,
takes their whole
stupid
family to Paris for Christmas.
That's insane. No.
Fun.
No, it doesn't.
It's not. No.
That's
bad.
So that whole side of it, like that other plot arc, makes me mad. Stop. You're. I don't know. It just gives me anxiety because I'm watching Kevin do all that funny stuff and he's like winning, and then it cuts, and you're like, stop worrying about your son. Just finish your trip.
And then the mom goes through this whole Homer's Odyssey of random things to get home, and
and it's like that took just as long as the vacation did.
Yeah,
so
they get back 5 minutes after her, so just so we can have our warm happy moment. Yeah, this family, they all suck. Okay.
Yep.
But Kevin,
it's kind of the same reason that I have a smaller issue with next one: planes, trains, and automobiles. Okay. Right. It's kind of a Thanksgiving-ish thing.
Thanksgiving movie, though. That's why it's not on my list. That's
right, but I wanted to mention it. It's an honorable mention.
Yeah, it's a holiday movie for sure.
Yes, for sure. So it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
It's a rigmarole.
Nice word pull.
Yes, I pull words daily.
Okay, what else?
Okay, let's see. Do you have any other ones that are similar to like that vibe?
I've got some other live actions I could mention that are just classics.
I got one also that I haven't put under, like I haven't said I watched it because I don't really remember seeing all of it. But it's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Good, that's on my list. But that's pretty low. I mean, it's not low. I like it a lot. But,
right, I like it too.
Give it a 35 or something like that. But it's at my number 20 on my list.
I'm gonna leave it unrated because I don't think I've seen the whole thing. I think it's one of those that you catch in bits and pieces.
Yeah, that definitely is how it is for me usually. There's one big one that's my number 6 on my list.
Okay, what do you got? I'm ready.
My number 5 because it's animated. We'll talk about animated in a second. My number 6 Christmas movie is The Santa Claus, 1994, with Tim Allen.
Yes, I have that on here too. Again, I put it as my not seen because I haven't sat down and like watched it. I'm oh, it's that silly one with Tim Allen, right? By the way, tangent.
Yeah.
Why does he do all those random? He does so many just random silly movies. Like he was like Shaggy Dog. Like okay, that's basically Santa Claus. That's Santa Claus, but
with a dog.
With a dog.
Somebody saw the Santa Claus and was like, "Hey, I
have a pitch for you," and they're like,
"You'll play the same role, except you won't even have to act in half the movie because it'll be a dog." So
and he's like, done.
Yeah.
He's like, deal.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
I don't have anything to say about Santa Claus except that it makes me want Denny's every year. So
Denny's is actually not that bad. It's pretty good.
It's not bad. It's good. but it's also not as good as IHOP or Waffle House, but in different ways. IHOP is like a classier Denny's, and Waffle House is like a way worse Denny's that is
Yeah,
good. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah.
I prefer IHOP just because I feel like they're not spitting in your food.
Yeah, for sure.
Waffle House gives you that vibe like I didn't have any
least
cash,
you can
so I had to tip low. Huh?
Yeah, but you can watch them make your food at Waffle House. So
That's true. It's true. That's why I don't tip them there, because they just hand it over the counter. They don't even really do. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, I could come back there and cook these eggs myself.
You heard it here, folks. You don't have to tip at Waffle House.
It's in the law. All right.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, you go.
Oh, okay. The other one in my top 10, this is the last one that I was like, for me, it was like a classic, like we watch it every year, is A Christmas Story.
Yep.
And so I'd probably give Christmas Story a, let's see, 26. I don't know, somewhere in there. It's like I love it, and it makes me laugh, but it's also so mean. It's such a mean movie.
Yeah.
It's so like, it doesn't really make you feel good, you know?
And so I watched this the first time with you, I think, and your dad.
My dad loves that movie.
He
My
does.
dad likes to laugh at people's misery in movies, so.
He really does. That's like his favorite thing ever. I think I rated it probably lower than you even. I think I'm like a 32.
Yeah.
It's definitely not my favorite Christmas movie. I don't know why it's your dad's.
He likes to laugh at people's misery.
Yeah. So that's a great one. You got any more live action? Because I've got 6 left.
Live action?
Live actions. That's not
I've got plenty that I can mention depending on how far I go down my list. So keep going. You name a couple.
Okay, I'm gonna hit. We're talking about a couple of older ones, so we'll do that, and then I'll talk about some bad newer ones. I'm gonna hit the 2 older ones. Obviously, Jim Carrey, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Oh yeah, the live.
You
action
have
thing.
to mention that. It's definitely. I mean, it's a staple in so many houses. They just watch it every year. My wife loves it to death.
See, I love the original. I love the original Grinch. I was never big on the Jim Carrey one. I like the Jim Carrey one.
Right.
But it was never a watch every year for me.
Right. You're talking about the animated How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the drawing one.
The Hanna-Barbera cartoon from.
Yeah, that one is so good, and I definitely rate that one way higher than this one. So the How the Grinch Stole Christmas is probably like a 29.
Gotcha.
The live action Jim Carrey. And then the other one that's older, Scrooged.
That was the next one on my list.
Well, then you talk about it because I haven't actually seen it all the way through. So.
Oh, you've only seen bits and pieces?
Yes. I actually don't really even know. I don't think I've seen more than a third of it, to be honest.
Also, I have to correct myself. I think the Grinch cartoon was MGM and not Hanna-Barbera. But it was Chuck Jones, and he did...
You're supposed to be qualified, Zephram.
I know. Well, I don't know if that's true. Anyway, it's Chuck Jones. He made every great cartoon in the 50s and 60s.
Oh, is the Chuck Jones, the guy from freaking Walker, Texas Ranger?
Yes. No, that's Tonto.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we skipped a couple. I forgot about Walker, Texas Ranger, dude. That was one that Grandma watched on VHS. That I saw.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite Christmas movie, actually.
Nice. We should put it at the top of the list. My favorite Christmas movie is probably Bone Tomahawk. The most famous Kurt Russell Christmas movie. Okay, no, technically my number 11 is actually While You Were Sleeping. Have you ever seen that?
I have not.
I love that movie. It is a Christmas rom-com, but it's one of the few rom-coms. It's like in the vein of When Harry Met Sally, or
okay.
Seattle. It's While You Were Sleeping. It's a good rom-com.
The 1995 Sandra Bullock thing.
Yes, Sandra Bullock, great movie. But
Sandra
after
Bullock,
that,
good actress.
She is. Right after that, Sandy Buttocks, great actress, is Scrooged. So my number 12 is Scrooged. Scrooged is the other retelling of Christmas Carol that I was going to mention.
Give me a rundown on Scrooge, because like I said, I don't even remember what it
takes place. I mean, it takes place modern day when it came out, late 80s. It's a Christmas Carol. A retelling of A Christmas Carol where Bill Murray plays this horrible TV executive who is the modern day Scrooge, who runs he's like a vice president at this maybe he's the president, I don't know, at this TV network, and he's planning their Christmas special, and he hates Christmas. Basically, he wants it to be like this blood gore fest movie on the air on TV. I don't know. It's weird. He plays the character perfectly, but he's like less likable than Ebenezer Scrooge. You know what I mean? Because in like classic tales of Christmas Carol, it's like he's just a grumpy old man who hates Christmas. But in this, he's legitimately like a terrible, perverted sleazeball. And he has a change of heart, but he still kind of is himself at the end. But then it's just like it's like a Christmas Carol on crack. Like everything happens the way it does, except it's way more adult, way more PG-13. And then but Bob Cratchit comes in there with a shotgun and tries to kill everybody. So
nice.
One of those things. It's great movie.
That sounds really good. Yeah, I need to watch that too.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, do you have any more to mention? Because I got 4 left on the live action that I wanted to mention.
I'll let you go in a second, and I'll just real quick mention my last ones I was going to
Do
say
it.
nothing about them.
I'm
Little
ready.
Women,
Nice.
Wow, I clicked on it. Okay, Little Women. White Christmas with Bing Crosby. Great movie. Just watched that the other night. Jingle All the Way.
Haven't seen it. Obviously that one, yeah.
And Miracle on 34th Street.
I don't think I've seen any of those, but Jingle on the Way.
Okay.
Jingle All the Way.
Yep. Miracle on 34th Street's great. Classic. White Christmas, great. Classic. Nothing to say except that they're good. Moving on.
All right, you want me to? I saved my not so best for last of this live action stuff. So there was a Krampus movie.
Yes, that's all. I forgot about Krampus. That's the next on my list. Oh wait, no. Okay, you go ahead, and then I'll say 2 more.
Isn't that? Am I correct in that is who is even in that movie?
Let's see.
It's Adam Scott. That's right.
Yeah, Toni Collette. There's somebody from The Office in that.
David Koechner.
He's what's his name? Todd Packer, right?
Yeah.
I remember a scene from that movie where they're driving in the snow and he says,
did we watch it together in the theaters?
Yeah, we watched it in theaters with our dad. I remember him saying something like, "I miss Bing Crosby," or whatever. I don't know, but that's all I remember about it. I remember we watched it in theaters, and that's the last time I watched it.
And it was fine.
I'll give it a, let's see,
45 from me.
That was exactly what I was going to get it. I was going to give it in the 40s. I have to count my letterbox stars to figure out what bracket to put it in. Anyway, 45. Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm looking here on IMDb. So there was that Krampus they were talking about in 2015. There was another Krampus released in 2015 called Krampus the Reckoning, which looks like a sequel to Krampus the Christmas.
What's up?
We have our first
speaker. We have our first guest.
We have our first guest of the day.
I have to go unlock the front door. Keep talking, Colin.
So it looks like the Krampus we were talking about with Adam Scott and Toni Collette came out in 2015. Kind of a standalone thing. Then it looks like there was also in 2015 Krampus the Reckoning, which looks like garbage. Looks like a sequel to Krampus the Christmas Devil, which came out in 2013. Then there was a third in this trilogy, Krampus Origins in 2018. Then I don't know if these are related. There's a Krampus Unleashed in 2016, Krampus the Devil Returns in 2016, Mother Krampus in 2017, Return of Krampus in 2022, Granny Krampus. Granny Krampus came out this year. Oh my gosh, there's so many of these. If anyone decides to go ahead and go watch all of those Krampus movies, just do it. But don't expect us to. Just do it and get back to us. That sounds like garbage. I got 3 more. I went on a little spiel about Krampus, Zephyr. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Moving on, though. So we got the next 3 I was going to mention. We got this movie, Violent Night.
Not seen it, but I remember it when it came
I
out.
love it to death. It's like literally, not even joking you, probably like a 12.
You're not even joking me. That's awesome.
Not even joking you. I rated it 12. It's, what's his face? Who plays Hopper in Stranger Things?
It's David.
David Lynch. So David Lynch so David Attenborough plays David Attenborough plays
Yeah.
Oh. He plays He plays Santa, right? Well, he wasn't Santa at the beginning, basically. Anyway, he was, maybe he was Santa. I don't remember how it started. Anyway, he ends up in the house of this rich people or something, and he has to and they're all trying to track him down or something. And he ends up beating the snot out of all these bad guys in like a bloody fashion. It's like Mortal Kombat meets Christmas, pretty much. It was awesome. And then, spoiler alert. So if you want to watch it, skip ahead about 35 seconds. Spoiler alert, at the end, he gets shot up, freaking dies. Christmas spirit saves his life because everybody believes. Not kidding you. That's the ending, not kidding.
That's the dumbest thing ever, and I love it.
Yep. That's Violent Night. Definitely watch it without your children. Then I got 2 more. You got anything before I do these last 2 live actions?
I want Ernest Saves Christmas.
Dude, I forgot about that movie. It's not even on my list. That's what a good movie.
Shout out Ernest. That's all I'm going to say. Shout out Ernest.
Yeah, Ernest. Ernest is king. Short King Ernest.
Hey, Vern. Go ahead.
Hey, Vern. It's Ernest. I got 8-Bit Christmas. So 8-Bit Christmas is trash. Trash. Like, bunch of trash. Don't watch it. I'm trying to find out who the actors are here. I can't remember. But it's a movie about this kid wants this certain Christmas present, but the whole, it cuts back and forth. You know how, Princess Bride is set up? The whole time he's reading the bedtime story, and it cuts back and forth to that story, right? So that's how 8-Bit Christmas is. It's this dad talking to his kids about something that happened, and it keeps cutting back and forth to him as a kid having to steal this Christmas present from the mall while he's on a field trip or something. It's just not that good. Yeah, it's Neil Patrick Harris and a couple other big names, but it's not really good. Yeah, I'd probably give it a 52.
Nice.
Yeah, not great. Last one. Watched it this year. I love it. A lot of people hate it. Called Red One. You know about this, F?
Nope.
So Red One has who's the We Are Farmers guy?
Bum 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 bum. J.K.
Yeah,
Simmons?
that guy. Yeah. So J.K. Simmons is Santa. And
you know what other movie he's Santa in?
Huh?
You know what? He's a Santa in another movie too.
Which movie?
The one
Mall
we
Cop.
watched. No, the animated one I watched last night that we're about to talk about later.
Ooh, yes.
He's the voice of
Yes, that movie is so good. Anyway, it's fine. It's good. I'll probably give it a 20. J.K. Simmons is Santa. Dwayne Johnson is his bodyguard. Santa gets kidnapped. They have to fight Krampus or something to get him back.
Cool.
Super wild. You know how they're doing that.
Absolutely wild.
Okay, I've talked too long. Kick it off on the animated.
All right, we're talking animated?
Yes, let's do it.
My animated GOAT, my number 5 Christmas movie of all time, and just I think one of the best animated things ever created in terms of immaculate vibes is A Charlie Brown Christmas. Charlie Brown Christmas is my number 1 animated, and it's perfect. The music, Vince Guaraldi music, is amazing. Very jazz, very cool. It's
so good.
Very sweet and moral and heartwarming and explicitly Christian. It talks about the virgin birth and everything that Christmas is about. So I love it. It's perfect, and there's nothing I would change. I watch it every year.
I love it too. I think I've seen it twice, but I don't watch it every year.
Yeah.
Okay, keep rolling.
Okay, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the claymation.
Yes.
Another one that's just perfect. I don't really have much to say. It's about
you can throw. There's so many of those old classics that you could throw right in there.
Snowman is the next one I was going to mention. So.
Yep.
Good stuff. And then
go
ahead.
What's the one? I don't know if you've seen it. It's from the perspective of these mice, right? And they're they live in a clock or something. It's a Christmas movie. It's on a DVD box set we have at home with the Rudolph ones and all those. It's a bunch of those old Christmas stories. It's good. If y'all know what it is, leave a comment, like, and share, subscribe.
And leave us a 5-star review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Or
and
call us at 918-268-6337 and tell us your favorite Christmas movie.
Leave a review on a random product on Amazon.com. plugging our podcast, and you will be eligible to win.
Be awesome. If you do that, send us a screenshot. That's so funny.
Yeah, send us a screenshot, and the sales for that product will not change. So,
and then of course, How the Grinch Stole Christmas that I mentioned earlier.
Facts, dude. You're spitting bars up in here.
Straight facts.
Straight facts.
Okay, the next one's a little controversial, so you keep rolling, and then I'll mention it.
Okay, my top. This is my 100%. Not even. This is not a joke.
Okay.
My favorite animated Christmas thing of all time. Donkey's Christmas Shrektacular, dude. It's like, I think it's like 15 minutes long. It's yeah, it's not good. yeah, it's real. Look it up, dude. It's not, it's my top movie of all, it's my favorite movie of all time.
Number one.
It's my number one.
Oh, we haven't been rating these. Let me rate my animated ones real quick.
Okay.
Charlie Brown Christmas gets a 10.
15.
Okay. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer gets a 18.
12.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas gets a 22.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas?
Yeah. And Frosty the Snowman gets a 25.
Frosty the Snowman gets a 20.
Cool.
What was the other one you said?
Grinch.
Oh, yeah, Grinch, like 25.
Nice. Okay.
So, yeah, this is a 8-minute short that came out in 2010. I don't even know what it is. I don't even remember, but I know I've seen it, and I know it was trash. It's 8 minutes of your time, guys. I know you guys doom scroll longer than that, so just get out there, watch this one, spread some Christmas cheer.
2x speed if you need to.
What?
Watch it on double speed if you have to. On YouTube.
Oh yeah, so 4 minutes of your time is all it's going to take. Yeah, that's trash. So just check it out.
Cool.
Let's save the good ones for last. I'm going to do. I haven't seen this one.
Okay.
Rise of the Guardians. Have you seen it?
Nope.
So I think, if I'm correct, the main character is Arthur Christmas. And something goes on, and he ends up meeting these magical people, and Santa's there, and he gets kidnapped or something, and then it seems fun. Haven't seen it. I'll watch it though. So come over. We'll watch it.
All right. Let's get my controversial one out of the way.
It's
controversial in the sense that everyone our age grew up with it and probably has fond memories of it, but some people think it's creepy, and that is Polar Express.
I like it too a lot. I'm gonna let you finish your thought, and then I have something to say about it.
Oh, that's it. It's just really good, and I think it's creative and fun. Robert Zemeckis did a good job, even though I will say the motion capture and technology and facial animations are creepy, and the fact that every character is Tom Hanks is a little weird. But I'm not complaining because I like Tom Hanks.
So my dad is part of the people group that is disturbed by this movie. My dad is not disturbed by a lot, but he couldn't really quite describe it to me. He was like, I don't know why, but that movie makes me uneasy the whole time.
Uncanny Valley the whole time, yeah.
But I think that's why it feels so good to me.
Yes.
So, I don't know if I've talked about this, but like, I like movies from tiny perspectives, or that make the viewer feel small, right? So like A Bug's Life is a perfect example. Like from a tiny perspective, and the whole world is gigantic, right? Well, you get that feeling after the train almost crashes into on the ice lake, and then the kids end up climbing through all the gift sorting stuff, right?
Yeah, I know.
And they're looking down, and they're like, and it's just this whole new world is huge.
Yeah, and it feels like almost like the whole movie's at night, and it feels very empty in a sad but serene kind of way.
Exactly.
It's a very specific feeling, and I think it's a feeling everyone feels as a kid, and you kind of forget about it the older you get. And so I think this is one where if you saw it as a kid, it brings back that feeling. But I know exactly what you mean. It's like when it's snowing and you go out in the middle of the night. Like if you've ever been snowing in the middle of the night, you go stand in the middle of the street, and it's just pure silence because the snow. If there's a lot of snow, it's soaking up all the sound, and you just see it falling, and it's like that feeling is creepy but peaceful.
Right. And when the kid first leaves the house, you're almost nervous because, you remember leaving your house when your parents don't know you're gone as a kid.
Yes,
you're like,
yeah.
it's like,
it's
and
scary.
then that all kind of goes away as you get wrapped up in whatever's going on in the story. But yeah, it's just
the whole time. Yeah.
It's a very vast movie.
Yes.
Super good. Vast. I pulled that out of my vast.
Nice. All right, you go.
Okay. I got 4 left on my animated. How
Okay.
many do you got left?
1, 2, 2.
Did we already talk about the animated The Grinch Stole Christmas?
I briefly mentioned it and just said it was good. I didn't say
That was super good. I rate that higher than the Jim Carrey one.
Me too.
I'll just slap a rating on it. I think I'll give it like a 15 or 18 or something like that.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna do Arthur Christmas. Has anyone seen this?
Has anyone? I don't know. I have not.
So Arthur Christmas came out in 2011. Animation is not incredible, so don't watch it for its looks. Be nice to it. I like this movie. I'd probably give it a 21.
Okay.
And basically, Santa's too old and he's like getting senile and can't remember nothing and he's about to retire. Well, they have this giant airship that's how they deliver all the presents, and it can go like warp drive, kind of like Star Trek style.
Okay.
And so they've got this whole Santa operation that goes on the ship. Elves and all sorts of things going on, conveyor belts and all the whole 9 yards. Well, the whole movie, is trying to figure out who's going to end up taking over for Santa because he keeps claiming he's going to retire, but he just can't let go. So it's a cool idea. And then they end up delivering presents to all the kids, and it's just fun. I can't remember what the biggest conflict is. I think it's that Santa's son is kind of a klutz, and he keeps messing things up the whole time. So it's a back and forth pull type of, family movie. So it's fun.
Sweet.
So that was good. Okay, your turn.
Well, we can both talk about this. I just watched this for the first time last night.
Yes. Oh, baby.
Klaus. 2019 Klaus.
Klaus
I've
is
never
so
even
good.
heard of this movie until this year, even though it's 5 years old. But everybody's, for some reason, on my feeds talking about it, and I liked it a lot. I'm going to give it a 21.
Yeah, I like it. I like it too much, I think. It's like a 10 or a 9.
Nice.
It's really good. The feeling is so unique.
Yeah, I love the
It
folklore
feels so
stuff.
unique.
I love the animation style. I love the character arcs. Everything is good. It's very unique.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's pretty cool.
For sure.
It's another thing about it was like a male guy's son, like a mailman's son. Is that what it is? He's like the son of a mailman, and like
Yes,
he's
the
trying
son
to get
of
his own.
the king of the mailman. I don't even
Right.
know what the guy is.
Yeah,
He's
it's so
postmaster
weird.
general of the world.
And
Yeah.
the biggest thing in the world is for this son to get his own mail route,
Yeah,
but
it's
they
very
give it to him.
strange.
Yes,
I-
it's
but in a good
it's
way.
weird.
I love that.
in a good way. Yeah. Well, he ends up getting his mail route and meeting Santa. So,
So true. So true, King.
all right, I got one animated movie left.
Okay, go for
Do you
it.
want me to finish up, or you have another one?
I have one more, but I don't care which one we do first.
Okay, I'll do mine.
Okay.
It's called Saving Santa.
Okay.
It's so good. It is basically this elf ends up time traveling to try to fix a bunch of stuff he did that he shouldn't have done.
That's kind of fun. Elf time
yeah,
travel.
yeah. He uses Santa's sleigh to accidentally time travel, and kind of ends up bumping into himself. And there's like 11 different versions of himself running around. So you keep seeing the same scene over and over from different perspectives. It's a goofy movie, but it's a great one.
Fun.
I give it a 17.
Okay. My last one is technically a Christmas movie, but technically also a Halloween movie, and that's The Nightmare Before Christmas. Because
See, I haven't
it
really
is both.
seen it.
Yeah, it's great. It's good claymation, very creepy, very, very Tim Burton. Even though he didn't direct it, it's his idea and his production and everything. Very
So,
good. And that's it. I liked it a lot.
remind me, Zeph, is that movie kind of slow moving at the beginning?
I don't really remember the pacing. I don't know.
Because I remember trying to watch it several years ago, and it just didn't kind of click.
Yeah.
I couldn't really get into it.
The first time I saw it as not when it came out, but like a couple years ago in theaters when they were doing a reshow of
Oh
it.
yeah, I remember them doing that.
And it was good. But that's all I got. I don't need to spend much time on it. I just like it.
I also watched it as an adult.
Stuff. I like Tim Burton and Halloween weird stuff. So.
Yeah, Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
Good guy. That was so much Christmas, dude. I'm Christmas overloaded right now.
I know, me too. I'm about to have to end, but I did think of one movie I forgot because it wasn't on my list because I
Let's
watched
do
it last week. It's live action, and it's actually my number 6 all-time Christmas movie, animated or live action. I love it.
Wow.
Right between Charlie Brown Christmas and The Santa Claus is where this goes, and it came out last year, and it's called The Holdovers. Did you see the trailers for The Holdovers?
Yes. Who's in that?
Paul Giamatti, and then a bunch of kids. So he's like,
yeah.
But it takes place in boarding school. Yeah, boarding school in the early 70s, and it's like it made me cry. It was so sweet, but also hilarious the whole time. It's very depressing. These characters are terrible. They're messed up, but they all have character arcs and they work through stuff, and it's so sweet and heartwarming, but also very sad. But it made me laugh the whole time, even when it was really sad. It still made me laugh. But yeah, he plays like a really curmudgeon-y kind of teacher at a prep school, like a boarding school.
There's a good word pull right there. Curmudgeon-y.
And he basically like he's the teacher nobody likes because he's stinky and weird and uppity, and so they stick him with duty for staying at the school over the Christmas break with the kids who don't have families to go home to, and he bonds with one of the kids. It's really good. But you should watch it. Very Christmas vibe, great Christmas.
The Holdovers.
Lots of snow. Yep. I loved it. So I would give that movie, and I don't know. I'll have to mull it over some more. So I'll stick it at 15 for now. We'll see.
I'm gonna give it a retroactive 2 question marks.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds great.
I'll put a placeholder for The Holdover. You know what I mean?
Sounds good. Nice. So yeah, that's all I got. If you need
that was good.
Movies, that was fun. We just ran through stuff. We didn't talk about any of the ones we hate, but that's fine. We don't need to.
There was a couple that we don't really like that much in there.
Well, there's also like some I've seen like the made for Netflix, like A Christmas Prince, or like
and then like
3 with Jack Frost. Or like,
do you really want us? You dedicated, not qualified viewers, do you really want us to sit here and talk about the 1800 Hallmark movies we've happened to see with
talking for an hour? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want us to do that? Because we'll do it.
We will.
We'll freaking do it right now.
Do I hear a yes? All right. Maybe next time.
It was that. That was good, man. I hope you all liked that. Watch all those if you can watch them all within a 10-hour span with 4 different monitors going.
Yes.
Then
hold your
that's
eyes
good.
open, Clockwork Orange style, and just
put those matchsticks in there, kind of like Mr. Bean on the holiday.
Yeah,
movies like that.
Yep, and then just watch every single one of them and tell us what you thought by commenting or by emailing or by calling or whatever. And I hope you have a wonderful, Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.